Hey guys, as you can see, I am in a different location. I decided to try filming some videos in here just to see if the sound's a little bit better and the lighting's a little bit better, because my studio room, the lighting isn't all that great and it's very echoey in there. I think it's still echoey in here too, but I think the lighting is a bit better. We'll see. Today I want to talk about something that I don't see a lot of on YouTube. As you may have guessed by the title, I live in a trailer park. I've lived here for about a month now. Before I moved into my trailer, I tried checking out some videos on YouTube to see if anyone talked about their experience with living in a trailer park, because I wanted to know more about what it was like, and I really didn't see a lot of videos, so I decided to make one of my own. Basically what I'm going to talk about are some pros and cons to living in a trailer park, and some stereotypes associated with trailer parks and whether they are true or false. Let's get into the video. So the first pro of living in a trailer park is that the house is a really good size. I live by myself, and I live technically in a 3-bedroom trailer, which might be a little bit too big for me, but I love it. The studio room, actually, that I filmed my previous videos in is actually the 3rd bedroom, but it's really small, so I decided to use it as a studio room. And I do have an extra bedroom that I'm just kind of using for storage right now. I will eventually get a roommate, but for right now I just live by myself. But anyway, the trailer is really, really small and it's easy to take care of. It's just a really good size. The second pro is that you live in your own house. You don't have anybody living above you or below you. You do have next door neighbors. The houses are a little bit close, but not too close. You know, you get a little bit of privacy. The third pro is that you get your own yard, and sometimes you even get your own shed. With apartment complexes, you typically don't get a yard to yourself, but you have your own little yard. It's not huge, but it's definitely a yard. And I ended up getting a shed too, which is a good size. I'm just using it for storage. The fourth pro is that it is definitely super affordable. The houses themselves cost less than a regular house, obviously. And the lot rent is typically a lot cheaper than what you would typically rent an apartment for. So the first con is that mobile homes are more prone to damage because they are built on a temporary foundation rather than a permanent foundation. So if something were to happen, like a tornado or an earthquake, the house really wouldn't last. Luckily, I live in a place where we don't get a lot of that, but it could still happen. I might be jinxing myself right now. Let's hope that there's no earthquakes tomorrow. The second con, and probably the biggest con for me, is that the insulation is terrible. It is always either really, really cold or really, really hot. Today it is really, really cold. I have to wear a sweatshirt around the house and I'm still cold. And a couple days ago, the temperatures rose up to like the 90s, and it was seriously like 100 degrees in here. It was so hot. It was like a sauna. The third con is that the walls are pretty thin, which is not a huge con for me because I live alone. But if you live with multiple people, you can literally hear everything. My bedroom is all the way down that hallway, and I can hear someone knock on the door clearly from my room, which I think if the walls were thicker, I probably would not be able to hear that. The fourth con is that the lot rent does tend to go up every year. So in a year, you will be paying more for your lot rent. So the longer you live there, the higher your rent is, which is unfortunate. The biggest stereotype that I hear about trailer parks, or people who live in trailer parks, are that they're all white trash losers who don't work, or they're all foreigners who don't work, or they're drug users, or I don't know what else. I thought there was something else, but I can't think of the other thing. I don't know about other trailer parks, but the park that I live in, there are certain requirements you have to meet in order to live here. They do a background check, they do a credit check, and you have to have some source of income, and you have to have enough to be able to pay all your bills, like your rent and utilities and all that. So you have to be having an income, a steady income, in order to live in this park. So you really can't get away with not working and living in a trailer park, at least in this one. In this park that I live in, I've seen a large population of elderly people, but I've also seen families with children as well as couples of all ages. Yes, there are white trash people, and yes, I've heard a couple of drug things going on, but overall, the park, I think, has a really good vibe to it. One age group I haven't seen really are people around my age, like early 20s. I literally have yet to see anybody in their early 20s living in the park, because I feel like I'm the only one so far. But there's gotta be. There's like over 250 trailers in this park. It's quite a large park. So that is my video all about living in a trailer park. If you are considering getting a trailer and living in a trailer park, I hope this video helped you out. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Let me know if you want to see a tour of my trailer. I've actually already done a tour of my bathroom in my trailer. I will leave a link in the description below. Go check that out if you're curious. I will talk to you in my next video. Bye!